Hello, my dear students. I would like to welcome you in this online teaching. Students, today we are going to study very beautiful story. This is very interesting story and its name is the Model Millionaire. The Model Millionaire is a short story by Irish author, novelist, dramatist, and short story writer Oscar Wilde. This short story first appeared in print in the newspaper The World in June 1887. It was published in 1891 as part of anthology Lord Arthur Saville's Crime and Other Stories. The Model Millionaire, which is written by Oscar Wilde, is an interesting story. It deals with the theme of struggle, love, friendship, compassion, charity, and has the element of surprise. The story is about Huey Eriskon, who was very good looking with brown hair and grey eyes. Huey was charming. He was popular among men and women. Apart from this, Huey was a kind person. But he has been very unfortunate as far as financial matters are concerned. He was unfortunate because he was unsuccessful in businesses. He has left with nothing of any great value in his father's will except some books and a sword. It means that his father left nothing for him. Huey tried his hand at various occupations, businesses, but he was unfortunate. He was not successful. He worked at the stock exchange for 6 months, but it was in vain. He worked as a tea merchant for a little longer. He also tried selling dry sherry. An old aunt who used to give him 200 pounds a year was the only source of income for him. Means, in short, his elderly aunt who helped him, she used to give 200 pounds per year. And as we know, friends, this amount is not sufficient for a human being. But, however, Huey managed. Huey Eriskson fell in love with Laura Merritt. My dear students, first of all, we must know that Huey, who is the protagonist, who is the hero of this beautiful short story, he fell in love with Laura Merton. Laura Merton, the daughter of a famed retired colonel. Laura Merton also deeply loved him. In fact, they were the most beautiful couple in London. Colonel Merton had an affection for Huey, but strongly opposed their engagement. As we know that it happens in our Hindi cinema, just like that, father of a girl who opposed their engagement. Definitely, Colonel Merton, father of Laura, had an affection for Huey, but he opposed their engagement. He opposed their marriage. And it was also natural for a father of a daughter. Colonel Merton said he would only allow them to get married if Huey had 10,000 pounds of his own. So now, and if you ever watched the famous movie Maine Pyar Kiya, in which heroine's father also opposed their marriage, their union, their engagement. Just like that, Colonel Merton also opposed their engagement and said that he would only allow them to get married if Huey had 10,000 pounds of his own. Time passed. One day, Huey visited his artist friend, whose name was Alan Terwar. Alan looked rough, but was an excellent painter. Alan was Huey's friend. He was a painter. His paintings were always in demand. He was very impressed by Huey's personal charm and kind nature. So gave him permanent entry to his studio. On that day, Alan Terber was painting a portrait of a beggar with a miserable look on his face. The beggar himself was present in the studio. He had a rough walking stick in one hand, and in other hand he held out an old hat as if to ask for donations. So now he had a rough walking stick in one hand, and in other hand he held out an old hat as if to ask for donations, to ask for some money. just like a beggar. He looked very sad and unhappy. Alan Turing and Huey both agreed that the old man was an exciting subject for a painting. But Huey was disappointed when he came to know that Alan paid his model only 1 shilling an hour to pose for him. This was not a great amount. This was not a sufficient amount. Only 1 shilling for an hour. At that time, Huey's friend Alan told him that he would get 2,000 guineas by selling the picture. So Huey wished the model got a higher percentage. After some time, the servant came in and said that the frame maker had called. Alan left the room and Huey got a chance to give the old man a coin from his pocket. What happened there? Alan left the room. Huey and the beggar were there. As we know, Huey was a kind person. As we know, Huey is a poor man, poor young man, but he gave a coin from his pocket to that beggar. The old man very happily thanked Huey for his kindness. Alan tells his friend that when Huey had left the room, the old man had asked several questions regarding Huey's personal life. When Huey left that room, and in the next meeting, when Alan Turing met Huey at that time, Alan tells Huey that the old man asked so many questions regarding Huey's personal life. The old man means that beggar. Alan had told that beggar, that old man, everything about Huey and Laura Merritt, Colonel Merritt, and his condition of 10,000 pounds. In short, Alan told Huey's life story. Alan told about Huey's love affair with Laura Merritt. Alan also told about Colonel Merton's condition of 10,000 pounds. Huey was disappointed with Alan because he had revealed his personal life, and this was not a good thing. Alan was a close friend, but he disclosed his personal life before unknown person. That's why Huey was not happy. Alan told his friend that the old man he was painting was Baron Osborne, one of the richest men in Europe. Alan said, Alan explained about Baron Osborne. Alan said Baron Osborne was his best friend. He purchased his pictures and a month ago had asked him to paint him as a beggar. Huey was surprised and felt ashamed that he had given a coin to a millionaire. Listen carefully, my dear students. The beggar was not a real beggar, but he was the richest person in the group, and Huey gave him just a coin. Next morning, a servant of Baron Hosbert came to Huey Edison's house with an envelope. On the envelope was written a wedding present to Huey and Laura Merritt from an old beggar. He received an envelope. Inside the envelope was a check of £10,000. Huey and Laura got married. The marriage was attended by both Baron Husband and Ellen Terror. Baron Husband delivered a speech and Ellen Terror remarked that millennial models are rare, but model millionaires are rare. Friends, I think you like this story. Thank you. Thank you very much.